We came to Akureyri at 4 in the morning. This little city set at the base of a fjord that cuts its way into the north coast of Iceland, nestling between the mountain and the water. Even the airstrip seems rather close to the edge. The centre was pleasant in the sun. Space for buildings of competing styles. The steps seemed rather incongruous for this Lutheran church. Other places of worship were also open on this Sunday morning. The botanic gardens at the top of the town belie the latitude. They were a delightful and restful space, with both dappled shade and colour in the sun. At noon, we headed out across the head of the fjord and into the countryside. Lakes and rivers abound. We were told that wherever there is fresh water in Iceland, it is pure enough to drink. Eventually we came to a broad valley, cut by a river which feeds one of the 3 largest waterfalls in Iceland. This is Godafoss. The story is that in the year 1000, the chief law speaker of the Icelandic parliament was asked to settle the dispute as to whether the country should turn to Christianity from the old Norse gods. He returned to his farm and, after 2 days of consideration, decided in favour of the new religion, brought out his old idols and threw them into this waterfall. Hence its name, the Waterfall of the Gods. This spectacular sight is understandably very popular with tourists. Heading on inland, we arrived at Lake Mævatn. Its name means it is the Lake of the Flies, or the Midges, but they were not nearly as bad and hungry as we had been led to believe. The lake is the result of volcanic activity, which has produced its many islands. Inland again from Mævatn we came to the Valley of the Trolls. This type of lava formation cannot be seen anywhere else in the world. The fantastic shapes could play havoc with the imaginations of a superstitious people. But this area contained another surprise. One intrepid walker is here seen spanning 2 continents, with 1 foot in America and the other in Europe. The continental plates meet at this point, marked by a rift in the ground. Pushing on, we came across these holiday cabins, which need to be booked 2 years in advance. And also a lake, which must be an exception to the rule about all water being drinkable. It is blue with all the minerals, and as we headed into the hills, a change in the landscape became apparent. Here there is so much sulphur in the soil that nothing grows. This is the land of the mud and sulphur pools. This is where stepping off the path can take your foot through a thin crust and into boiling water. Steam boils out of piles of rock, like out of the spout of a kettle. and the muddy cauldrons fill the air with the smell of sulphur. The contrast with both the road home and what awaited us at its end was one that we won't forget in a hurry.